Hey guys, this is Rosakelly. I'm here with a new blank mini album tutorial. This is an 8x8 with 20 pages. So let's take a look. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm super excited to be back with another blank book tutorial. So this is an 8x8 album. It has 5 signatures but 20 full pages here. Super interactive, really fun if you want to create a month-to-month baby book, which is what I'm gonna be using mine for. And yeah, so I'm gonna be sharing with you the whole process. I also do have a cutting guide. I'm gonna have that link below, and I do have this book as a blank book available on my website. So I only have a few left because I did a pre-sale of this. And if you would like to purchase one of these, I will be adding a few more. We just have to give me maybe another week or so to finish working on the new batch that I'm gonna be creating. So I also did a full walkthrough of the project at the end of the video, so you can fast forward if you would like to see that first. But yeah, we're just gonna jump right into the class and let's get to it. Okay, so let's go over the supplies that you are going to need to create this book. As you can see, very little supplies. So I'm going to be using the blush pink cardstock. This is by the brand Recollections. I picked this up at Michael's, and this is 65-pound cardstock. So I'm going to be using this for the entire book. Then I'm going to be using some chipboard. So I have 2 pieces of medium weight chipboard here. And then for my glue, I use the art glitter glue, and I'm going to be using double-sided tape. So this is the 3/8 of an inch double-sided tape. So if you would like easy links, I do have my Amazon store link on the description box, and you can find in there all the craft supplies that I use. And so yeah, so now let's get right into making this book. Okay, so I went ahead and cut my chipboard pieces. So I have 2 pieces at 8x8 and 1 piece that I got at 8x3, and we're gonna bind these together using the blush pink cardstock. But before I start the tutorial, I do want to share with you my plans for this book. I'm going to be making a baby book, so I'm going to be using my digital collection called Sweet Dreams Baby Girl, and I am going to be making a month-to-month book. So let me know if you would like to see the process of adding the paper. But again, I will have some of these books available as blank books on my website as well. So we're going to start by joining together the cardstock. So I'm just going to combine 3 of these pieces. So I'm just going to add these together. I think this is the perfect baby pink color. I love this tone of pink for anything really, but especially a baby book. Okay, so we're gonna join those together, and then we're going to add these. So I'm going to add the chipboard here, and I'm going to place these right there like that. Now also, if you don't like seeing glue marks on your cardstock, usually I don't mind because I put the paper right away, but sometimes you will see like the outline of the glue. So you can always use double-sided tape instead of glue for your binding if you don't want to see that. But again, it's going to be covered with the design paper, so you shouldn't worry too much about that. But because some of these are going to be going as blank books, I'm just going to put double-sided tape on my covers, and I'm just gonna take these here. Okay, and I'm gonna put this one right there. So you do want to leave a space between your chipboard pieces, so you want to leave a little space there. And then I'm going to do the same here. Okay, so I'm just gonna add my double-sided tape, and let's remove the tape. right. Let's remove the tape here. So I'm going to leave a little space between the two and then just place these down. Okay, and now we are going to trim the extra cardstock here. So let me cut these. So you want about 1 inch around. Okay, and then we are going to cut the corners like that, and then over here as well. I'm gonna cut the corners, leave a space to your chipboard, and then same on the other side. We're gonna take out these extra, and then we're gonna cut the corners so it's easier to fold and bend. So I'm going to take these, and now we are going to start by folding. So I'm going to press these here, and you want to fold slowly your cardstock so you don't wrinkle it. So I like to kind of massage the cardstock with my hand first, and then you're gonna go and press down and get that nice folding line, and just press, and then we're going to add the double-sided tape here all the way down, and press down on that tape, and then we're going to remove and fold. Okay, and then we're going to press, score on the bending lines, and then go around the chipboard and just kind of press your cardstock down. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to fold this up and then press down. So you want to press down slowly as we go, and then we're going to give it a good fold, and then we're going to add our double-sided tape and press down, and then we're just going to remove, take this out, and fold these up like that. And then again we're just going to press and fold here, or score here on the bending line, and same thing here. You want to give it a good score, and then we're gonna go around the chipboard, and now for the sides we're just gonna fold these up, bend down, press, and we're going to add double-sided tape and remove the tape here and press down. And now we're gonna do the same on the other side. So just fold, press, and add the tape, press down, and now we are going to remove that tape and press down here. Okay, so here we go. Did get a little wrinkle up there, but that's okay. So we're just gonna press down. Now for the spine, we're going to cut another piece of cardstock, and we're gonna cut this here at 6 inches. So let's bring this out, and another page here. So this is going to be 6 by 7 3/4, and we are going to glue these here. So I'm going to put that to the side, and we're going to add glue next to these gap lines. Okay, so I like to add a little glue here and here. You can also add double-sided tape, And then we're going to just glue this down. And press this down. So we're gonna press and try to get all that air out. So just, there we go. Okay, and you do want to give this a minute to dry before we start folding the sides. So I'm just gonna wait here, and on the meantime I am going to cut 2 pieces, and these are going to be 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, and we're going to glue those on the sides. Okay, so let's do that, and we're going to add the glue, and we're gonna put one on each side here. Okay, so again, press down, and then we're going to add this one and just place this here and press down. And there we go. And so now we are going to grab a ruler, and we're going to score along the bending lines here. So you're gonna see your gaps, the little gap lines on the top and bottom. So just match the two and then just gently score, and then same thing on the other side, gently score. And then we're going to fold this up, and as you fold, press down again so the cardstock goes into that gap, and you're gonna have a nice folding line here. Okay, so that's gonna go like that, and there we go. Look at that nice fold line. And now we're gonna do the same over here. So as we fold this up, we're going to press on the gap and make the cardstock go down in that opening, and there you go. That is going to be our binding for our book. So I love it, love the color. It just feels so nice to the hand. So now we're going to start working on the pages. Okay, so now we're going to work on the base pages. So for the base pages, I am going to cut 5 pieces at 8 by 8. So I'm going to cut here at 8 by 8, and I'm going to cut 3 more. Okay, so 5 pieces at 8 by 8, and then we're going to score along one of the sides at 1/2 inch and at 1 inch. So I'm just gonna get this here and score at 1/2 inch and at 1 inch, and I'm going to do the same for all of these pieces here, 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Okay, so next one, and then over here again 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and then we are going to do another 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and then we're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so we're just gonna fold and fold, and then we're going to again fold along the score lines, and same thing here, and there we go. Then we are going to cut 5 pieces. I'm gonna take these 5. And we are going to cut these pieces here at 8 inches by 7.5. Okay, and so we're gonna do again 5 of those, so 3, 4, 5, so 8 inches by 7.5. And so we are going to score all of these pieces at 1/2 inch along the 7.5 inch side. Okay, so we're gonna score 1/2 inch here, again 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Okay, and then we're going to fold along the score line, fold, fold, and fold here. And then we're going to bring our pages, and so we're going to be adding these pieces on the left side of the page. So we're just going to glue that right here. So I'm going to add my glue, and we want to place this next to that Hinge score line. Okay, so make sure that you leave that score line clear. Just want to go right next to it, and then this is going to open up like that. So what I want is for each signature to have basically 4 pages. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 here on the back, and we're going to do the same to all of these. So I'm going to add my glue, and again line this up next to that score line, press it down. Oop, I think this one is a little crooked, so we're just gonna go like that, press down. Now it really helps if you like fold the hinges to the side, so you can just line up to the edge of the page. So we're gonna again add the glue and place this here on top on the left side, and then continue with all of the pages. Okay, so again right here, and the last one. Okay, so place all of that here. Okay, so we have plenty of pages on this book. Like if you wanted to do a baby book, you have about 20 pages here, but now we're going to be working on each one of the page. Okay, so we're going to start working on the first signature page. So the signature is going to be basically these 4 pages, and we're going to start with 2 pieces. These are going to be 4. I'm going to cut here 2 pieces at 4 by 8. And we're going to score these 2 pieces here along the 4 inches. We're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2 and 1/2. And then we are going to fold along the score lines, fold along the score lines here. And we are going to put these 2 pieces, one on each side on the front page. So we're going to add the glue and line this up here to the left side, press down, and so we're going to add the glue on the other one here and line this up on the other side. So I'm just gonna place that right there like that and press down. Okay, so here we have first a gatefold page, which is usually what I love to do at the beginning of my books. And then I'm going to cut 2 pieces, and probably I can use some scrap pieces here, and these are going to be 3.5 by 8. So let me just move that to the side. So 3.5 by 8, and we're going to score along the 8 inches at 1, 2, and 7. Okay, and same thing for the other one. 1, 2, and 7. And we are going to fold along the score lines. And same thing for this one. We're going to fold along the score lines. And we're going to bring this back. And I'm going to glue the 1 inch by itself on the opening page here. Okay, so we're going to open this up, and I'm gonna leave about a 1/4 inch distance to the top and press this down. Then we're going to fold these 2 sections back and add the glue right here and press this down like that. Okay, so we're gonna have one of these 3D picture areas, and we're going to repeat the same process on the other side. So we're gonna add the glue here and place this one on the other side. So again, about a 1/4 inch from the edge, and you're putting this on the opening flap, and then we're going to fold those 2, add the glue here, and then close this page here. So we want to close both of these right now. Okay, and then press down and press here, and there we go. So now when you open this page, we're gonna have double platform page there, areas for pictures. Now we are going to open this up, and we're gonna work on the left side. So I'm gonna call for each signature, I'm gonna call this page 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're gonna do the page 2. So we're gonna cut one of these pieces, and we're gonna cut this at 6 3/4, and this is going to be by 5. Okay, and then I'm going to cut another piece also at 6 3/4, and this one is going to be by 7.5, and we are going to score both of these at 1/2 inch. So first along the 5 inches and along the 7.5, we're going to score at 1/2 inch, and fold and fold along the score lines. Bring this back. We're gonna again open these to page 2, and I'm going to add the smaller page along the top. Okay, so you want to center that, press down, and then we're going to add the next one at the bottom of the page here. So line this up to the top and press down. Okay, so now this is gonna open and open, and I'm gonna close this piece here on top. Now for the next side, I'm going to cut another page, and this one we are going to cut at 6.5 by 8 and score at 1/2 inch along the 6.5. Okay, and we're going to fold along the score lines, and we're going to add the glue and line these up to the side and press down. Okay, and then this is going to open up right here like this, and we're gonna close that up, close this up. And then for the back page, I am going to cut another page here, and we're gonna cut these at 7 by 8 and score along the 7 inches at 1/2 inch, and then we're going to fold along the score line and glue this piece to the left side. So I'm just gonna line this up to that page right here and press down, and then we're going to cut one piece at 4.5 by 4 inches, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 4.5. Okay, and fold along the score lines, and then we're going to bring this here, and I'm going to place this on the right side next to these bending lines. Okay, so we're gonna add the glue and place this right at the center and press down. Okay, so now this is going to open, and then this is going to be this large section here. And one more thing we're gonna do for this page is we're gonna cut a piece at 3 3/4 by 8.5, and we're going to score at 4 and at 8, and then fold this piece as an accordion fold. Bring back your page, open this little section, and we're gonna add this along the bottom right there. So add your glue, line this up right here, and press down. Okay, so now this is going to go, it's gonna open down like that. So we're gonna close all of that, and this whole thing is going to be our first signature page. So it opens and opens, and then this will open to the side, and then this again larger layout and little accordion folds, and this will close up like that. So that is our first signature. So now we're gonna work on signature number 2. So for this page here, I'm going to start with one piece that is going to be 5 by 8, and we are going to score along the 5 inches at 1/2 inch, and along the 8 inches we're gonna do 1/2 and 7.5, and we are going to cut the corners and fold along the score lines here and here, and then we are going to add these along the bottom of the front page, and so we're going to add the glue, here. Okay, and place this page down, and so we're gonna press and press right there. Then we're going to cut another page, and this is going to be 6 by 6.5, and we are going to score at 1/2 inch along the 6.5, and we are going to fold along the score line and glue this up along the top of the page. So we're going to add our glue right here and place these along the top, and press down. Okay, so now this is going to open, and this is going to have a pocket on the inside. Then we are going to open up this page, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 8 by 5.5. Okay, and we are going to score along the 5.5 at 1/2 inch. Same for this one, and then we're going to fold along the score lines, and we're going to open these up, and we're gonna add 1 on each page. So let's add the glue, line these up to the left side here, press down, and then we're going to add these to the other side and press down right here. Okay, so I'm going to open, press down, and then open and press down. Then I am going to cut. I'm going to try to make those 2 pages symmetrical. I don't know that I have enough cardstock here for that, but we're going to cut 2 more pieces, and I'm going to just do again 5.5. Okay, so both of these will be 5.5, and we can cut these 2 by 8 inches, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 8 inches here. Okay, and then we're going to fold along the score lines, bring this page back. Again, we're gonna open these, and now we're going to open, and I'm going to add these pieces here. So I'm gonna center that on the back page and add the glue, place that along the top. Okay, and then we're going to do this other page here. Okay, so we're just gonna try to center this page right there and press down. Okay, so these are both gonna open up and to the side. And now for the back page here, I am going to cut 1 piece, and I'm gonna use a smaller scrap piece here. So you want these to be 8 inches. Let's move that over. So 8 by 1, so that's gonna be there. And then we want another little piece that is going to be 3 by 1. 3 by 1. Okay, and we're going to score the 3-inch piece. We're going to score at 1 1/8, and then we're gonna score at 2 1/4, and then for the 8-inch we're gonna score at 1/2 inch and at 7.5. And we are going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so fold, and we're gonna make this loop. So we're gonna add glue over here, close this up, and then we're gonna pass this through our loop. And this little belt is gonna go at the bottom of our page right here like that. Okay, so we're just going to add the glue on the 1/2 inch sections and place this down. Okay, and then just press and press, and then we are going to cut a page, and this is going to be 8 here by 11. Okay, and then we're going to score along the 11 inches at 7. Okay, and then we're going to fold, and we're going to bring back our back page here, and you want your loop to be all the way pushed to the right side, and add your glue on the loop, and we're gonna place this piece right on top of the page right there. Okay, so it's only gonna get glue to this little 1/2 inch or the little loop here. Okay, and then this is going to slide there to the side and then open. So you're gonna open it and pull it. Super fun page. Of course, you will add magnets so it's not kind of like moving like that, so you can add magnets along the top of the page. And that is going to be our second signature. Okay, so now we're gonna work on signature number 3. So I'm going to start with 2 pieces of 8 by 11. Okay, and so we are going to score this here along the 11 inches. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 6, and we're gonna do the same for both here. So 1/2 inch and 6, and then we're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so these are going to be 2 accordion folds. So we're gonna fold this and fold this here, and then we're gonna bring our page. So let's bring the next one, and here on the first front side we are going to be adding these. Okay, so 1 on each side. So I'm gonna add my glue and place these here on the left side, press down, and then we're going to add the other one on the other side here. Okay, so line this up and press down. Okay, so we're gonna press and press, and then over here we have a double accordion fold, and we're gonna press down right there and then close these up like that. So that's gonna be the front. Then we are going to open these up, and I'm going to cut a piece. This is going to be 9 by 4.5, and we're going to score along the 4.5 at 1/2 inch, and along the 9 inches we're going to score at 1/2 and at 8.5, and then we're going to 8.5, and then we're gonna cut the corners and fold along the score lines. Okay, so we're gonna fold and fold, and we're gonna bring back our page, and I'm going to add this pocket along the left side of this page here. So add the glue and place these to the side. Okay, and then press down, and there we go. Now I'm going to cut this other piece that we had left over, and we're gonna cut 2 pieces at 4 by 4.25. 4 by 4.25, and we are going to score along the 4.25 at 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2 inch here, and we're going to fold and fold, and then we're going to bring back the page, and on the same page that we're working, we're just gonna put those two on the right side. So let's add the glue, and we're gonna put this here and press down, and you want to keep it away from the bending line. Okay, so I'm just going about 1/8 of an inch away so we can close this page without any friction. So we're gonna press, and again, to make sure that you can close this and you're not on this bending line. Okay, so that's gonna be the, I guess, page 2 of this signature page, and now we're gonna be moving to the other one. So I am going to cut a piece. This is going to be 6 3/4, and I'm going to cut this by 8 and score at 1/2 inch along the 8 inches, and fold along the score line, and then we are going to glue this along the bottom of the page. Okay, so I'm just gonna add my glue, and we're gonna place this at the center and press down. So just a simple down opening page here. Okay, so close that up, and now we're gonna work on the back of that signature page right here. So for this one, I'm going to do I'm gonna cut a page at 4 by 8. Okay, and then I'm going to cut another page at 6 1/2 by 8, and we are going to score both of these pieces at 1/2 inch. So first the 4 inch here, and then the other one that we cut at 6 1/2, we're going to score at 1/2 inch also. Fold and fold along the score lines. Bring back your page, and we're gonna put the small one on the left side. Okay, so let's add the glue and place that here. Press down, and then we're going to add the glue and place this one over here like that. Okay, and it's a little too long, so I'm gonna double check my measurement. So just take out a tiny bit here. Okay, and let's bring this back, and I'm going to add my glue here again and place this piece right there like that. Okay, so press down, and then we're gonna open this up and press down here. Now for that page, I'm going to be cutting another piece, and this is going to be 4 1/2 and by 8 1/2, and we are going to score this page here along the 8 1/2. I am going to score at 1/2, at 4 1/4, and at 8, and we are going to fold along the score lines, and we're going to keep these two flat even though we have the score line here, and just fold these in half like this, and then we're gonna open these up And I'm going to line this side here, the side that we have folded, to the edge of that opening page, like that. Okay, line it up, and then we're gonna add glue over on this page, and then we're gonna close these and open this up and add glue over here and close this up. Okay, and then when you open this page here, you're gonna have a fun little place for pictures there, more of a 3D page, and then place for pictures there as well. And all of that is gonna close. So that is gonna be your signature number. So now we're gonna work on to signature number 4, and we're gonna cut 2 pieces at 5.5 by 7. So let's do 5.5 by 7, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 5.5 side. So let's score at 1/2 inch and score at 1/2 inch here, and then we're going to fold and fold along the score lines, and we are going to bring our page here and add one of these along the top. Okay, so we're gonna place that up here, just line that up, press down, and then we're going to add this next one on the other side, just like that, and again press down. Then we're going to cut another page, and this one is going to be 8. Let me see if I have a couple here that I can use from my scraps. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one first. So this is going to be 8 by 4, and then I'm going to cut another page. This is going to be 4 by 7.5, and I'm going to score here along the 8 inches at 1/2 inch and at 7.5, and along the 7.5 we are just going to score at 1/2 inch. So we're gonna fold along the score lines, fold. This one is going to be a belly band, so we're gonna bring back our page, and we're gonna open these up and down and up and down, and we're going to add that belly band at the center. And so we're going to add the glue here, and we're going to add the glue on the other side. Here my glue is being a little difficult, but that's okay. And we're gonna put these right at the center. Okay, so that's gonna be our belly band. Press down and press down, and then we're gonna add the other piece here. So I'm just gonna add my glue, and this is going to go on top of that belly band. So we're just gonna line it up here on top, press down, and then so this is going to open up like that, and then of course you're gonna put your photo mats in there, and this is all gonna keep it nice and protected and closed. So now we're gonna open this up and work on the center page here. So for this center page, I'm actually going to create a pop-up. So I'm going to continue with my lightweight cardstock, and I'm gonna cut a piece at 6 by 8, and we are going to score along the 8 inches at 2, 4, and 6, and along the 4 inches at 1.5, 3, and 4.5. And then we're going to take out these 4 sections over here. So I recently did a video for my technique members here on my YouTube channel, showing you 3 different pop-ups using this technique here. So check that out if you are part of the channel, or if you like to join our technique club. So we're just gonna fold these to the side, and you're gonna basically go from the top to that center line. So I like to make this score line and this score line match when you fold it, and then you're gonna press down. And we're gonna do the same over on to this other side right there. And then we're going to pinch back the sides, press these down. Okay, so that is gonna be the little technique for the pop-up, and I'm going to cut that little section. Okay, and then I like to make these 2 pieces even. So now I'm going to cut one piece that is going to be 4.5 by 7, and we're going to score along the 7 inches. We're going to score at 1/2 inch, at 3.5, and at 6.5. And we're going to fold along the score lines and fold here, and then we're gonna keep these 2 flats like that, and we're gonna add this piece at the center of these 2 sections here. So we're just gonna place that right there, and then you don't want to cross that 1/2 inch score line when you add these. And so we're gonna add glue on the front and glue on the back here. Okay, so, and then I'm gonna place this right in between without crossing that 1/2 inch score line. So we're just gonna put that right there, press down and press down, and then we're going to add this to our page. So I went ahead and cut a little bit off here from the little tip, so I took that out, so we have a flat area right there to be able to glue this down. So we're going to glue this house shape, so I'm just gonna add my glue right here, and then we're gonna place that next to the bending line. And so now we're gonna add glue on the other side. So just go on this side there and close this up. Okay, so press down. Okay, and then we're going to open this up. Let's give this a second to dry first, but when you open this up, you're gonna have fun pop-up page here at the center. So that's gonna be that, and now we're gonna work on the back here. So for the back of this page, I am just going to do a simple flap. So I'm going to cut this at 7, and I'm going to do this by maybe 7. Okay, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch on one of the sides and fold, and then we're gonna place that over on the left side, and I'm going to add my glue, place that right here. Okay, and so now this is going to open to the side, and that is all going to be signature number 4. So we're going to put them all together, and then we're going to be working on our last signature piece. So I'm going to cut one page, and I'm going to do this at 6 by 7. And then I'm going to do another one that is going to be 7, and I'm gonna do this by 4, and we are going to score along the 6 inches. We're gonna score a half an inch, and along the 4 inches also we're going to score at half an inch. And I'm going to fold along both of the score lines here, and we are going to bring back our page, and I'm going to glue the 6-inch one onto the left side of the page. So I'm going to add my glue here like that, and place the symbol. We're going to center this up and down, and place that on the left side. Now we're going to add the other one on the right, and just line these up to that page right here, and press down. Then I'm going to cut another piece, and just gonna use a small piece here. So this is going to be 2.5 by 8, and we are going to score here this piece along the 2.5. We're going to score at half an inch, and along the 8 inches we're going to score at half, and at 7.5, and cut the corners. This is going to be a pocket, and we're going to fold along the score line and fold along the score lines here, and then we're going to bring this whole thing back and add that small pocket on the left side on top of that 6-inch piece that we added. Okay, and then I'm going to add my glue here, and there we go. Whoops, just drop the glue. We're gonna press down right here like that. So this little pocket is going to kind of hold this flap together, which is going to be the opening section for that. Now I'm going to add to that 2 pieces. This one, I think these 2 should be good. So we're going to add 2 pieces. These are going to be 6 3/4 by 3 inches, and we are going to score along the 3 inches at half an inch. Okay, so half and half, and then we're going to fold along the score lines and bring back our page. Open this up, open this one to the side, and then we're gonna add these 2 to the top and bottom, and so that is going to hold. If we want to put any photo mats in the center here, these are gonna keep them safe so they're not falling out of the page. Okay, so that one, and then I'm going to go ahead and add this down here. Okay, and then press down, open this up, and press down. So again, over here you can use this as a kind of like a 4-way envelope page, and then all of that is going to close with a photo mat. So I'm just going to use this as an example. You want this piece to be maybe 6 3/4. Okay, and then this is by like 4, and that can go here, and then you can use 1, 2, you can make it longer, and just gonna fill this little pocket there, and then also use it as a closure. So all of that is going to be that section. Now I'm going to open up my middle section here, and I am going to cut 2 pieces at 7 by 8, and we are going to make sure this is going straight here, and we're going to score along the 7 inches at 1/2 inch. Okay, so mine is gonna be here. Okay. And then we're going to fold and fold, and then I'm just adding those 2. I'm gonna open up this page, and I'm going to add these 2 here, so we have 2 large twin pages. Here again, place that, and then press down. Okay, and then the same thing here. Place that right there, and then press down. And I'm also going to add 2 pieces here, and these are going to be 4 by 4. Okay, so 2 4 by 4 pieces, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch on one side and fold and fold here, and then we're going to bring this back. Oops, I'm gonna keep this right there, and then on top of these opening flaps, I'm going to put this page here. Okay, and I'm going to add my glue right there, so it's on top of the opening flap, because I want this to be kind of like handles in a way. And so we're just gonna put that right there like that. So if you are making these as a baby book, you can put on these small flaps like the months for the pictures that are there. I'm just gonna line this up right. Okay, and so this will open up, and then you can use that to open your large layout here. So that is gonna be that side. So now for the back, I am going to cut 1 page at 6 by 11, and we're going to score along the 11 inches. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 6, and then we're going to fold along the score line. This is going to be kind of like a folding page. Okay, so I want to fold this in, and then I'm gonna fold a 1/2 inch here on top, and we're going to glue this piece here along the left side. So let me grab my glue, and we're gonna add some glue right here. Okay, and place that right there on the side, and then this is going to open up like that, and this is going to open up again, and we are just going to add now another page, and this one is going to be 7 by 8 inches, and then we're just going to do a 1/2 inch on the 7 inch side. Okay, and then fold along the score line, and we are going to open this up and add this piece here on the right side. So a very simple layout here, but again, lots of room for pictures. And we're just gonna place that and press down. Okay, so now this is going to open up, press down, and then we're gonna close this and close this here, and that is going to be our last signature page. So now that we have all of our pages ready, we are going to be adding these to our book. Okay, so now we're ready to add our pages onto our book. This is my favorite part because we're gonna see it all come together. So I have all of my pages here from 1 to 5, all my signatures, and I like to start from the back to the front. So we're gonna start with the last page, and we are going to be adding glue here on this 1/2 inch section, and then we're going to glue that next to that bending line. So make sure that you give it some distance here, and then we're gonna glue these down. Now these pages are sized to the size of the book, so you need to just simply flash to the top and bottom of the book here. So I am going to add my glue on the 1/2 inch section, and we're going to place the first page right there, and then we're just going to press down. So I'm gonna grab my tool, press down, and there we go. That's gonna be the first one. Then we're going to continue on in the next one right next to it. So we're gonna add glue, and we're going to place these piece right there like that, and press down. Okay, and now we're gonna add the next page. So add the glue, and we're gonna align this to the next one, press down, and then we're gonna open that up, add the next page. Also, I recommend doing this with glue and not with double-sided tape, okay, because it's a lot more flexible for you to move and adjust. But also I think the glue just in general lasts a lot longer than the double-sided tape for these hinges. Okay, so press down and open that up, and now we're going to add the next one here, and press down, and there you go. So now we have all of our signature pages onto our book, and even though we have 5 signature pages, we have 20 pages on this book. So let's go ahead and do one final walkthrough. So the inside covers I'm gonna keep just plain, but you are welcome to add any of the other layouts onto the inside covers as well. So on the first page we have a double platform page. Then here on the next page, this opens up, it opens down. On the next page, this opens to the side, and then back here this opens, and then this is an accordion fold, and then this opens up like that. Over here this opens up, and this is a pocket. Then over onto the next page, here we have twin pages, so these two open up like that, and they open up like that as well. The next page here, you will need a magnet, so it doesn't do that, but this is a sliding page, so you basically will open it and then pull that to the side. Next page over here is a double accordion fold. So I love how this expands so large, so you can see all your pictures together. Then the next page, that is not the next page, this is the next page here. This opens up like that. We have those two pieces. You might want to add a magnet there, and then this is a pocket, and then this page opens down, and then the back page opens to the side, and then it opens here, and we have a little pop-up page there. On the next one, this opens up, this opens down, and then we have here a belly band, and this also opens to the side. And oh, the next page is the pop-up. So between these two pages we have a pop-up feature, and then the next one is just this flap right here. And then over here we have a little photo mat that holds this, goes into this pocket and holds this page closed. And then this opens and opens, and then here at the center you can add some more photo mats and just kind of wrap everything around and close these two, and then put that back in there. And then these next two pages, also twin pages, you have these two flaps, and then you pull those, and again we have a large display. And then for the back page, this opens, and then it opens again, and then this flap opens to this side. So we have 20 pages on this book, so you can most definitely do a baby book. You can do any theme here. And I also want to remind you that I do have these books available as blank albums. I'm gonna have the link below, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the class. I hope that you enjoy making your book, and if you're getting a blank book, I hope that you enjoy decorating your book. So if you're interested, I'll have the link below. I only have a few left, and then I'm gonna go into kind of like a pre-order, so you'll have to wait a little bit longer for those, but they will be available on the website. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.